acid, cocaine, and hash. And someone pretending to be a true friend said, "I'll introduce you to Miss Heroin." Well, honey, before you start fooling with me, just let me inform you of how it will be. For I will seduce you and make you my slave. I've sent men much stronger than you to their graves. You think you could never become a disgrace and end up addicted to poppy seed waste? So you'll start inhaling me one afternoon. You'll take me into your arms very soon. And once I have entered deep down in your veins, the craving will nearly drive you insane. You'll need lots of money, as you have been told. For darling, I'm much more expensive than gold. You'll swindle your mother, and just for a buck, you'll turn into something vile and corrupt. You'll mug and you'll steal for my narcotic charm, and feel contentment when I'm in your arms. The day when you realize the monster you've grown, you'll solemnly promise to leave me alone. If you think that you've got the mystical knack, then sweet, just try getting me off your back. The vomit, the cramps, your gut tied in a knot, the jangling nerves screaming for just one more shot. The hot chills, the cold sweat, the withdrawal pain can only be saved by my little white brains. There's no other way, and there's no need to look, for deep down inside, you will know you are hooked. You'll desperately run to the pusher, and then you'll welcome me back to your arms once again. And when you return, just as I foretold, I know that you'll give me your body and soul. You'll give up your morals, your conscience, your heart, and you will be mine until death do us part. So now, little man.
I am Jack B. Renoise, Captain, Narcotics Division, Houston Police Department. As a law enforcement officer over the past 25 years, I've seen and worked with thousands of underworld characters, a great percentage of which are junkies. Joe Lee Kirkpatrick was one of them. Through the years, I watched helplessly as Joe's life went down the drain. He refused to heed the voice of experience. I was his friend, but he didn't accept it. In 1964, we had the goods on Joe, about to send him up for his second prison term. Something happened, as you will hear. A change took place in Joe's life. This change has proven true over the past 9 years. My letter of recommendation to the Governor of the State of Texas in behalf of Joe Lee Kirkpatrick, ex-junkie, is a first. I hold this man in the highest regard and admiration, and pray there will be many more to follow his example. Joe Lee can and does tell it like it is.
I too wrote a letter to the governor on behalf of Jolie Kirkpatrick. I am Ralph Neighbor, pastor of the West Memorial Baptist Church in Houston, where Jolie and his family hold membership. And so the message that Jolie speaks next is for all. Would you let me be more specific? The message he speaks is for you.
The question people most frequently ask me, Joe, did it all start with marijuana? And frankly, I have to tell them, no, I didn't become a heroin addict because it all started with marijuana. It really started when I was just a boy, when I started sneaking around, conniving, lying and cheating, deceiving my parents and friends. I was one of these smart aleck punks that always sat on the back row, and I'd shuffle my feet around and I'd chew up the spitballs and flip them around the room. I never paid any attention to what the teacher was saying. I didn't want anyone calling me a square or sissy, so I knew I was a sinner when I was 13. I'd already been a thief and lying and conniving and stealing. The other kids that I was running around with, they started on cigarettes, and I felt I had to follow in their footsteps and be one of the fellas, so I started smoking when I was 11 years old. Little did I know that 2 years later I'd be taking my first puff of marijuana. Little did I know that 17 years later it'd be harder for me to kick the nicotine habit than a dope habit that had cost me $150 per day. Then I found myself just every Saturday night I looked forward to going and scoring for some dope, and then it became Friday and Saturday nights, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Before I knew it, I was just taking dope every day. I just loved so much what it did for me because it seemed to make me forget my emptiness and my loneliness. I was filled with desire, anxieties, and fears. I noticed that I started feeling kind of aches and pains, and my body was hurting, and my eyes were watering, my nose was running, and at first I felt like I was coming down with the flu. I thought nothing about it, and I don't know what's happening. It really is hurting. It dawned on me, Joe, you're hooked. At first, see, the dope started, it made you feel good for a little while and gave you kind of a boost or pleasures. But after I became hooked, I had to take dope just to feel normal, just to keep the sick off. I tried everything I knew to get off of dope. I tried what the psychologists say. They don't have the answer. The sociologists don't have the answer. Law enforcement don't have the answer. Being locked up in the penitentiary didn't help me. Science doesn't have the answer. Education doesn't have the answer. I didn't know which way to turn. I tried everything. Well, the cigarettes didn't satisfy, the booze didn't satisfy, the sex thrills didn't satisfy, the Cadillac cars that I drove didn't satisfy, and on and on and on. It made me sick what I'd become. And really, it all started so innocently just as a boy. I just wanted to go along and have a few kicks. I wasn't going to get hooked. I didn't intend to become a dope fiend. Sick of living that kind of life. And yet when I was a kid, it was glamorous. I wanted that kind of thing, but it didn't satisfy. It seems as though Freddie Gage, some ex-hood or punk or something, had turned preacher, and he had opened up a rehabilitation center for drug addicts. Well, Bobby knew Freddie, and I said, man, why don't you call over there and see if the dude will help us? Bobby called, and we sure felt good because Freddie said, yeah, come on over. If you really want help, we've got the sure cure, and we'd be glad to help you. Well, Bobby and I went over there. I don't know how we got there. We were so full of dope. So we just decided we'd go ahead and stay a while. We didn't know what was going to happen, but we really did want to kick the habit. So we stayed. Well, Freddie told us right first track out of the box, he said, Joe, Jesus Christ can give you a brand new life. I thought, oh no, here we go with this religion bit. And I'd had enough of that phony baloney religion. bunch of hypocrites and all. But you know, it dawned on me in a minute. Freddie wasn't telling me about religion or church or getting baptized or turning over a new leaf or nothing like that. He was telling me about a person, about Jesus Christ. My life was just geared for pleasures and selfish gain. All my life I had heard Baptist people say, "Do you know Jesus Christ as your very own personal Savior?" I didn't know what they were talking about, but that morning when James preached, my heart was touched. Well, it's been 9 years, and I guess the skeptics are still saying, well, he won't last 10. But I'm just going on with God. I've just found that every day with Jesus is sweeter than the day before. And I'm so proud that I can recommend my Lord to anyone. But I found that hypocrites need the love of God just like the dope addicts and the drunkards. I said, there's 2 good reasons why I know I'm a Christian today. And he said, well, Joe, what's that? And I said, well, reason number 1, I love hypocrites, and reason number 2, I love cops. He said, man, you have come a long way. And it's true.